In this video we will be taking a look at a new piece of software from Billy Darr called Klever, and what we'll do is we'll be going over the contents of the main page along with showing you the members area and showing you the ins and outs of all the tools and the features, and we'll be discussing the OTOs and upsells and just discuss to see whether this would be something worth looking into or if you should avoid. So keep watching till the end of the video and I'll walk you through the entire process. Hi, I'm Peter and welcome to the Hidden Online Living YouTube channel, and here we're just going to get into this review and I'm just going to walk you through the process of the software and the members area and so forth. So I'm quickly just going to go over this page. I'm not going to stay in it too long, as you will be more than likely looking at the sales page anyway, but just to give you an idea of what the software is about, and then we'll quickly move on to the members area. So before we get into it, make sure to leave a like on the video, also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to be updated of future content, and also feel free to share the video. Also, if you're looking for an honest way to get started on your own online journey and want to figure out the steps in which to do so, make sure to check out the link below this video to find out more. So what is the main idea behind this Klever software app? As you can see here on the page, it says this app lets customers leverage Facebook fan pages and messenger tech for free buyer traffic, and it also gives you the ability to manage multiple pages, multiple posts, etc. And it allows you to also additionally bulk messages to fans of your page within one click, and it also states that it's proven and guaranteed to get you great results. So the one thing I will definitely say here straight off the bat is don't always expect these kind of systems. Yes, a lot of the stuff here that it will say, a lot of it will actually work, but it's not exactly proven. That's the one thing you always kind of have to look at. As you can see here, if you're scrolling through the main page, it'll give you an idea as to what's involved, and it gives you some inclination as what can be done with the software, and it'll give you all these points, but just know that sometimes these points can be somewhat misleading, as they're never really true to the actual word that is promised to you. They're never going to guarantee you fully the results that they always state. So again, as you're going through these type of pages, just to be sure, just to make sure that you don't take all these custom sales points as definite, because it's very easy to manipulate all these. So as you can see here, just quickly just show you the OTOs, and you can see the prices of them. So they start off at the front end from $17 all the way up to $197. But again, I'll go through that in a bit more detail towards the end of the video, just so you have an idea. So we're quickly going to just jump into the members area, and I'm just going to show you the tools and the features and how to get started with the platform. Right, so we were just on the members area, and at first glance it actually does look quite nice. It actually looks quite fancy. It has a lot of cool kind of layouts and features and nice colours and so forth. It does actually look quite promising. The fact is that it gives you like your stats and has like audience percentage, scheduled campaigns and so forth. It actually does look quite nice. But as you can see here, you can update your profile, and it has access that you can create new posts. It has a content generator and has a section for Autobot set up. The first thing you'll need to do though is, before you actually get started with anything, is you will need to have a look at the settings, because you will need to connect your Facebook account in order for this to actually work. But when you do that, you can actually come over. When you click on new post, you can start creating then content posts. Then you can create video post. So here, like if you have videos from YouTube, you can literally put in the campaign name. You can add in whatever message that you have. If you have a URL to a video, like say a YouTube video or Vimeo or pretty much anywhere you have, even from your computer, and you can select whatever pages that are available, say what on your account that's connected, and then you can post them to it. You can schedule it to go out live now, or you can schedule it for later. But if you don't want to do video, you can also do image posts. There's loads of different ones here. I'll just quickly go through them. So again, an image post is the same type of concept. It uses the same setup pretty much as before, and then you can share a clickable link post. Again, ideally it's actually just more of the same. If you go through each of these here, you'll actually see that the premise of it is identical pretty much for each section. there's not really much difference in it. So this one here, it does allow you to actually create like a slideshow, so you can upload images, but again, you just use the same idea. You can add in campaign name, set up your messages, you can add in more features, you can set it to whatever page that you have available once you have your account linked, and then you can create the post and schedule it out. And the same goes for setting up a carousel post. Essentially it's the same type of concept. And then video cross post. So this one here, if you have any campaigns and stuff set up, it'll all be displayed on this page. Now there is nothing really here at the minute because nothing's been created, but we'll just move on to the call to action post. And again, it's similar to all the other posts setups that have been mentioned here, and you can set it up in whatever way. Now this actually will work if you have your account actually connected. You can actually set up posts and send them out, but that's pretty much all there is. There's nothing really to it in that sense. So you can just come over to the content generator, and here what it allows you to do is it allows you to actually search for keywords. So I'll just use this keyword here, and what it'll do is it will actually scour the internet for content that it suggests to be relevant to that initial keyword, because you get specific content as you can see from here. It gives you suggested tags. But from looking at these here tags, a lot of these tags here are nothing related to the actual keyword that I've typed in, and a lot can be said even for the content with this here. So you can highlight one of these paragraphs, and what it does is it puts the content into the final box down here, and you can edit it so you can change it out. The one query or question I would have over this here is the content that it does get once you type it in. It literally scrapes this from another website, so straight away there'd be a lot of questions around that, because literally you're taking content from someone else's website that someone else has written. But it does give you the advantage to edit it, so obviously if you are going to do that you would have to reword this, so you'd have to do it here. And again, you can set it up for your content so that it will go out, say if you're going on to set up an Autobot on the platform. So again, it has here that you can, it says that you can set it up, but problem is here when you come onto this Autobot section, there's nothing really here to show you how to set it up. So it must have something to do with the content generator, but I can't see how it can set up the Autobot feature, because again that'd be a more intricate kind of setup and it'd be a bit more advanced. But there doesn't seem to be anything here that I can see that allows you to set it up. So, but anyway, we just have a look. When you look here, when you click on the manual, what it does is it actually gives you a downloadable PDF to actually walk you through the process of setting up the platform. But again, like I stress, when it says that it's social sharing, it says primarily you're using Facebook, but I don't see anywhere on this platform where you can share to any of these other platforms if Facebook's the only one that you can actually use. I don't see potentially how this can actually be beneficial to you, because there's no other way to share. From what I can see on the platform, there doesn't seem to be any other way of sharing your content to other media, unless you've gotten a specific link that you can go to those platforms and share it directly, but there's no way of actually really doing it from this actual platform itself, from what I can see. So it doesn't seem to be any way that it can really be usable. Now yes, this actually will work and it will post stuff out to it, but like I said, it would be very, very questionable about how this would actually be beneficial to you, because all that will end up happening is the posts that you will be creating, essentially they won't be really of high quality in my opinion, and you'll be just left where you'll be spamming your groups and anything you've subscribed to on Facebook with content from here, and that can be dangerous because there's a chance that you can get your account suspended or even banned permanently, and it's something that you don't want to be doing. But from here, it seems to be very generic and just very basic, which is a pity, because the overall look of the software, it does look very promising, like I mentioned. But when you come in here, there's not really an awful lot that you can actually do with it from what I can see, and there's not really many things that you can set up on the platform apart from just posting their content, which ideally you can do on Facebook anyway. You can just go onto your Facebook platform and do it straight from Facebook. You don't necessarily need something like this. So this here, could you actually set up a business with this here? From looking at this here, I don't see how you actually can. It doesn't seem possible from this here. It's just something to be aware of if you are thinking of looking into it though. Right, so quickly we're just going to move on to the OTOs and upgrades for the platform. So the front end product of Klever is $17, and again, as I showed you there, it shows you how you can actually utilize the platform. Then you go on to Upsell 1, it's the unlimited edition, which is $39, and apparently it's supposed to unlock all the features that the front end product doesn't have, so unlimited traffic, usage, and for some more sales, etc. But from what I've seen, like I showed and I mentioned here, the only platform currently that you have to access is Facebook. So I don't know how they can actually really be beneficial to you, whether you're actually going to gain traffic from this. I can't see how that's actually going to work. And then if you move on to Upsell 2, the automation edition, it allows for them to automate everything for you so that you don't actually have to worry about the traffic and so forth. They'll do all that for you. And it's similar to Upsell 3, which is $197, so it's a done for you system, so they'll upgrade and do everything for you for sales and customers and so forth. So then if you go on to Upsell 4, it's the reseller edition, so it gives you the rights to resell the platform as your own individual product, so you can keep 100% of the profits. And again, then for the last upsell, which is Upsell 5, which is the luxury edition, they will actually set up a custom funnel for you so that you can promote the product. So in my opinion, are these OTOs useful? From what I've seen in the front end of the software, like I mentioned, it does actually work to some degree, but it is very, very limited. I don't know how the main product can be really useful to you, but then the likes of these here add-ons, I can't see how they're going to make much more of a difference in terms of getting the software to actually be usable. I think that it's just not going to be beneficial to you at all. I can't see how it's actually really going to improve the software. So I think it's just something that you really should be aware of, and maybe it might not be a good option for you. I think you should probably stay away from these. Right, okay, so just a quick recap before we end this video, and I've gone through the main page and just given you an overview of what the platform potentially promises you. We've walked through the members area and I've showed you some of the available tools and the features and so forth. And from there, I've moved on to the OTOs just to show you some of the upgrades and potential features that they promise that will actually help you in the long run. So my final thoughts of the software. Yes, the platform actually does work. It looks actually really fancy. I do like the aesthetic of it. It does look really nice. But take away that visual style of it and that visual aesthetic, there is a lot of questions behind the software, in my opinion. It does use questionable methods. It can potentially be dangerous, like I mentioned, because it's scraping content from already created content on the internet for you to reuse. Now, it does give you the ability to reword it and rejig it to suit yourself, but again, it still means that you're copying content, which is something that you shouldn't be doing anyway. So that can lead it to be potentially dangerous. So I would definitely avoid that. The product itself, even though it looks fancy, but I still think that it's quite low quality, because essentially how can you really utilise it, because it's all you're really doing is posting campaigns and posts to Facebook. Yeah, it does it in a fancy way, and it does allow you to set up different types of posts, which is pretty decent, but you can do most of that in Facebook anyway. You can literally just go onto Facebook and just set up all them campaigns anyway. If you have any sort of idea of how to use Facebook in general, you'll be able to figure that out in a couple of minutes. And the other thing to note is, can you actually make money with this? You could make potentially some sales, but the problem you have is, how are the methods? What methods are you going to be able to use to actually promote this type of product or even make anything from it? There doesn't seem to be really anything from what I've seen on the platform, as I showed, to really give you those ideas of how you can actually implement those steps. It doesn't seem to be anything there at all. You're just pretty much just left to figure it out, and I just don't think that that's something really that's going to be worthwhile to you, especially as a newbie coming in and you're not really sure of what to do. So my overall advice would be, this product wouldn't be worth your time. I would actually stay away from it, and especially stay away from the OTOs, because yes, it looks fancy, and that's what usually happens with these types of products. They all look nice and they promise you the world on the sales page, but they never really fully deliver. It's always very misleading, which means you just end up losing out on a ton of money. So ideally you should avoid this here. If you are going to spend money on setting up a business or on some sort of product, look for something that's more viable, or look for some sort of mentor or somebody that can actually teach you the steps and that's been through this process before and that actually knows what they're doing and that can actually teach you exactly what you need to do. A platform like this here won't really give you that option, and you'll just be left scratching your head wondering if it's actually going to be feasible for you or not, and more than likely it won't be. And there's no guarantees that this product will still be viable in, say, 6 months time or 12 months time. So the chances are you might not make anything from it at all. So I think it'd be best to avoid altogether, especially if you're a newbie starting out. Just look elsewhere, in my opinion. So that's my honest review of the Klever app platform, and now you have an idea of whether it's actually a good option for you or not, and in my opinion I think you should avoid it. So if you have found this video to be helpful, make sure to leave a like on the video, also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to be updated with future content, and also feel free to share the video. Also, if you are looking for an honest way to get started on your own online journey and want to figure out the steps in which to do so, make sure to check out the link below this video to find out more. And also make sure to check out the videos here on the screen where I do provide other helpful reviews and tips on ways of making extra income online or even starting up your own business. And I will see you all in the next one.